Who runs advertising? Does anyone run advertising? Okay, so just a little bit of hands. So basically what I want to do is educate you guys on advertising and the importance of knowing the distinction between who is coming in for demand. And so there's two words I want you guys to remember: demand harvest and demand generation. And so once you understand how you're getting your clients and that source of getting your clients, it's advantageous to you to make that marketing plan to appeal to your demand harvest or demand generation. So the first word is demand harvest. And this is search intended traffic. This is someone going on your website and they're finding you as a client. They're finding your Google ad. They're searching, intending, looking for this process or this industry or this service. And so there are a lot of pros to this, because when you look at just the buyer's cycle, you need someone who's aware of your product and then interested. And so when you have a demand harvest, they're usually starting at that interested phase already because they already searched it on Google. But the cons of demand harvesting is this is where people can price shop the most, because they can turn to another website next, or they could, this is also the most competitive way too, because so many people are making websites and Google ads that if someone's going to search it, that consumer is going to be more inclined to choose whoever has the cheapest price. So then we segue into demand generation. And this gets into interruption advertising with Facebook advertising, billboard ads, radio ads. This is the efficient way to scale fast, but it's only effective with your personal intake of a sales process. So every business, you really want to take seriously your sales process, and now you handle anyone on the phone. Because each lead you get, you don't know if you harvested that lead or you demand generated that lead. So if you understand the distinction, you're gonna spend your time on, okay, I'm gonna do more demand generation for Facebook ads this month so I can fully book out my calendar, as it pertains to Kat's industry. She's probably looking for a fully booked calendar of patients or clients, So with demand generation, people are gonna hit that awareness stage just by hitting an interruption advertising, and then you're able to make your unique offer and your sales process, and you can execute on getting these clients, and they only know you because they're not price shopping, because you already just popped up in their day and you sent that impression of them. And so I want everyone to really acknowledge the fact that it's long-term and short-term whenever you're in a business. But if you understand these two assets of demand harvesting, of I'm gonna make different websites, different domains that are across these search-oriented areas, then you have that asset long-term, and eventually it's digital real estate, because you have ranked websites that are up there and you're harvesting your demand for the future. But if you're trying to scale fast, if you're trying to affect your community, as we are with content creating, with partnering with Dolphin Video Productions, we're gonna demand generate by putting these content videos out and these interviews of all you guys, full featured stories. But if we run Facebook ads on it in the Valley, everyone's gonna be more inclined, as they're interrupted by seeing this, they're gonna be more inclined to be a part of this content creating. And so once you understand the authenticity behind how do you get your lead and who did it come from, that source is what makes or breaks your marketing plan. So if you want to have a profitable 2022, it's really just about distinctifying, how do I spend my time with demand harvesting and demand generation, and how do I prevent myself from falling for the shiny syndrome, the shiny object syndrome. You don't want to become distracted by what's given to you the fastest way. You want to scale as effectively as possible to ensure you get your return on investment. And so ROI is the name of the game. And if you understand this is how I get my leads in this way, and I can understand that this lead is coming from an interruption ad, I'm going to use my sales process in my business and have my people talk to them and convert these leads. Because these leads, when you generate them in interruption advertising, they're hot. They're willing to disappear in just a second. But if you have an efficient sales process in your business, you take pride in that. People are answering these calls from these advertising, and you're getting the most scalable results because you're touching base on every single person in that community, and they're not expecting it going into the day. Whereas with demand harvesting, they're already thinking at the beginning of the day, I need to make a Google search and look for this. So I'm going to price shop and see who has the cheapest offer on this, and let me find the most effective way to get a client. And so that's where it all piggybacked into client attraction. If you guys understand the importance of who you get your demand from and how you get your demand, that's how you're gonna play your cards, and it's gonna pay off. And in the long term, it's gonna pay off with your return on investment. So if you wanna content create, if you wanna get your voice out there, if you want the community to know how much of an asset you can be to them, you want to demand generate. You want people to all of a sudden see your unique value, and they separate you against anyone else because they didn't see another advertising with that same product. They've only seen yours, and they've fallen for your unique value proposition. So you guys have to take pride into what makes me different than anyone else, and what is going to attract my future clients, and what do I want to be known for. And so if you take pride in your qualities and how you're going to handle these different demand or leads, or how you fully book out your calendar, it's going to ensure an effective, profitable 2022. And so I don't want to lose you guys, because like it's really hard to understand and wrap your mind around it, but it's just two words. It's demand harvest and demand generate. And effectively, you always want to have this long-term and short-term solution. So the rest of the months of the year play out as expected. You know you're measurable, and you hit your numbers, and you make your profit margin, because that's what it's all about. You want to get your voice out there and content create, and then effectively make your profit margin. So thank you guys. If you guys are anxious to approach advertising or just your marketing, you guys can always approach me, and we will just discuss what is your measurable. Do you want a fully booked calendar? Do you want 30 leads a day, 30 leads a month? It all is dependable on what you prefer. But every single day, you must work 1% at getting better on your unique value proposition. You need to understand that people are going to shop around for the rest of your life for a different competitor if they see something that's more appealing to them. But if you have your unique value proposition set, you know who you are as a business owner, people are gonna stay with you forever, and you're always gonna have that retention rate good. So thank you guys so much, and really appreciate the time.
Wait, any questions? Yeah, I mean, did I tell you? He's like a walking dictionary, right?
Yeah.
No, but anyone have questions? I mean, he's got some good content that is worth discussing.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna really move forward with content creating this summer. We use PhoenixLocalReview.com and just different video productions websites that I've made for Morgan. But eventually, I talked about this a month ago, but it's all about traffic and being consistent with your content. And I have a passion to content create, so I love the idea of bringing every one of you guys one by one and just bringing an interview and giving you guys a video that'll last a lifetime, because that credibility and authenticity will speak in the long term and get you your future prospects and referrals. And networking like this, it just builds a community and trust. And so I really hope you guys can look at me as a credible marketer, because people try to lose you by the acronyms or try to spam you with the calls. It's really as simple as just being consistent and knowing your brand and knowing your uniqueness.
Sure. Yeah. So I know when I first met you.
Yeah.
I know I'm kind of putting myself on the spot, because I don't know if you're gonna give me a good or bad review, but no, I mean, what do you think of our network group?
No, I loved it. Yeah, I love it.
I'm telling you, this guy is amazing. When I first met him, he said, listen, I'll do a free evaluation. And next thing I know, he gives me like a PowerPoint slide presentation.
Mm-hmm.
It was so detailed.
And
it like went right over my head. You know,
because I just try to walk you through, how do you monetize on your community? How do you, and what I said is let's brainstorm and problem solve. And so what I said is, You have a bunch of phone numbers, a bunch of people. Make a directory so people can call you for the referrals. So if someone needs this person or this job done, all they can do is call 101 and you're already handling them with a referral, because that's what it is. It's about spreading the love within the community rather than letting it go price shopped to a different website and a different business owner that you've never seen before until that day.
Can I just show everyone, like in the last couple of months, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I was so impressed. No, and I've been working this. These are our members. We're up to 130 members just in the last, couple months.
And I met you and you were at 65. I think so.
Yeah.
You doubled it.
I know. And he said, yeah, you should be doubling it or whatever.
Yeah.
So these are all of our members. You know, I mean, it's quite impressive. It's more than some chambers of commerce.
Of course. No, yeah.
This is not including like the online members. These are paid members.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And that's the real measurable for you, Brian. And that's what really like keeps you driving. You know, that's your passion, bringing in more members, more people into these dinners, and eventually networking and bringing in business for all of us, you know? So
No, thank you.
you're very unique, Brian. You got it. You got it down.
No,
Yeah.
So does anyone have questions, you guys? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get a card. Can I?
Yeah, of course. I'll give you my information, of course.
Any other questions? Like, that's great.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah. What's up?
So is this an integral part of the Facebook ads? Because I know so many people out there, you know, people that I've come across, we are spending thousands on Facebook ads
Yeah.
without yielding anything. So is this going to be an integral part of it? Do you partner up with Facebook ads and
Yes.
videos?
So I always want to be as versatile as possible. I know Facebook ads, but that's demand generation, and that's more of like a short-term scalable 3-month plan, because eventually you want to have that digital real estate with the websites, and people aren't going to need to be interrupted to find your brand. They already know that you're known for this thing in this industry, and you don't have to waste your money constantly every day by expecting someone to come in and just be interested, and you're relying on your sales process. It's really just about scaling as efficiently as possible. And Facebook ads is a great tool, don't get me wrong. Like it can really make or break your business, but it really is important that you have a marketer running it who understands the full circle of it. Facebook ads is not the end game. It's really just about having outlets of traffic and content and people just finding you, and they're just attracted by your authenticity. And so Facebook ads can go away in a day, and we don't want that to be like that. We want it to be a long-term thing. And websites, they never de-rank. Once you're number one forever.
What is an interruption ad?
Interruption ad is like a Facebook ad, or it's just a TikTok ad, a Snapchat ad. It's just something coming in on your feed. You're going in on your family posts, and then you just see an advertising, oh, mold removal or a junk removal, and it clearly says this is an ad, but that's an interruption ad, just as a billboard is, a TV commercial, a radio commercial. These have all been instilled as demand generators, interruption ads. Yeah.
I think you could define interruption ad as anytime you go, oh.
Yeah, it's like, I can't click for 5 seconds. I have to watch this for 5 seconds. YouTube interruption ads. There you go. You know, it's all interruptions ad, and that's why they incentivize you to join YouTube, like get a membership, because they eliminate interruption ads if you pay for a membership with YouTube. You know, they're monetizing on their software because they know they have an audience and they can't do anything about it because they monopolized YouTube. They're the only video generator, you know? So if you guys have a unique value proposition, you can monetize your own industry and monopolize it, and you're the only one that people know and go to and trust.
Okay. Any other questions?
That's very good.
Let's give him a huge round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, so why don't we take a little break, and